To everybody. So my speech will be in English. Have a seat. Okay. So I want to start with the fact that I have much emotions now because of the speeches of my colleagues, and because of course we're Belarusians and we talk about it, but every time you talk it over, you think about it and so have emotions now. So, but I'll try to give you some moment of I don't know, of some light in the darkness about Belarus and for all of us, I think too. Because I will speak about research on education, and I have a small presentation. It's not a big one, to illustrate some information that I'm going to talk about. So, my topic is websites and world education as cultural diplomats in concern of Belarus. I wanted to start with the fact that we've talked much about cultural diplomacy and everything that is connected with it. But it was mainly in the sphere of theory, you know, and my colleagues talked about practice, not about people, but also about buildings who suffer from the situation too. And I will also talk about everyday life, about practice, and about cultural diplomacy in everyday life through one of the examples of this topic. It is a site on world education, which is in Belarus, and as I consider, it's a good project. It's a volunteer one, no finance, no budget, and no problems. So. I think that everyone here understands the role of internet nowadays, as we live in the 21st century. I won't spread about it much, but one peculiarity, as we have them, about Belarus is the usage of internet, one of the main resources of getting information. Because, for example, for visa problems, not problems, but for visa situation, we should say. So when not many Belarusians go abroad, and they can get the information either from people who have traveled abroad and who spread this information, or on the internet, of course. So the resource is very powerful, as I see, and still nowadays it's accessible, luckily. So that's why when I talk about our website, I want to underline this fact that internet can help in cultural diplomacy, not just personal contacts of ambassadors, some official speeches on theoretical base of cultural diplomacy, but some good examples of how it can be done even at some distance, and even if people who talk about one topic are not connected physically, I would say, yes, the distance is large, but still they have the connection, and so we do it with the help of internet. And it has real effect, I think. So our site was created in year 2005 it is a screenshot for you to understand that it's not a fake. Okay. And it was so a little bit of history. It was created in year 2005. The idea of it was the same: to gather information about different scholarships, camps, educational events, workshops, seminars, etc. So everything which is connected with education worldwide. To gather this information on this site in the form of a shortcut with the main information. As you see, so the site is in the Belarusian language. I will talk it over a little bit later. So as you can see one example. For example, it's the main part of the site, which is about the news. You see, yes. And one example of such a piece of news in a shortcut. So the headline. The picture isn't so important. So here it is written for whom, then where, then when, financial information, the deadline, and the source of information, the original one. And there can be also some description in, 3 or 4 sentences about it. So it really works because, as you know, people are lazy nowadays, and youth is lazy nowadays too. And though they have some motivation to search for some educational programs because it's their life, it concerns their personal life, but still it's a rather good idea to find everything in one place. And of course, if you want to participate in some programs, you had better know some foreign language, of course English. But when you have some shortcut in front of your eyes in your native language, it just saves your time and gives you the idea, if it's for me, or I'll skip it. So, apart from the news, our website has other information. So the news is the main part. We have also different programs, as you see here. Then advice, then best practice with some histories, foreign languages, contacts, as you see. Okay. The main ones. You can also find us in social networks, as it has been mentioned that it's important nowadays, and you can follow. Of course, in social networks there is more information about the news. Not all the information from the website is there, but still it's also very convenient to have it there and to follow. There will be some statistics which shows about the social networks such as Facebook. Some progress. Yes, it's year 2013. Different months. The quantity of likes, participants in the community, and friends. So for you not to search the numbers in this picture, I'll say just it is the statistics is it has like dynamics of progress, and every month approximately 50 friends come to our society and follow us. So it may be not so important, but still it shows that people are interested in this project. They do use it and they share it. So I think it's rather a good effect in our society. And of course there is some time which is hot one. Let's say the period maybe March, May, June, July, and March is here. Sorry. Okay, so the time when somebody starts searching for information about where to go, what to study, and etc. So as it concerns students. What else I wanted to tell you about the website? So as I've talked about the news, you understand how it works. I wanted to mention that as I've also said some information on the zero budget of the project, how it works. It works with the help of a team of volunteers who have different like parts of this job. Someone searches on the information on the internet about different programs, so it's his job just to search and to give this information to the person who then translates it. Of course, there are several people from English, German, etc. As we take news from all over the world, not only from the countries of the European Union and Eastern Partnership. Of course, as we're talking about Eastern Partnership, I will just mention that it happens so that mostly the countries which are neighbors for us, who are closer, offer usually more programs for the youth in our country. So I think it's obvious. So apart from the news, we have also such a column which is advice. There you will find some interesting articles with useful tips for youth, for students, and just for people who are curious. Tips, for example, for how better it is to search for a job, to find it in Belarus or maybe abroad, and how, for example, to write a CV, how to pass a job interview successfully, how to apply for master programs, how to find a scholarship, and so on. You may say that, it's not so important, you can Google it. Of course you can, but the peculiarity is that you can find everything in one place, and I think that is great. As I've mentioned that people are lazy and our Belarusian youth is lazy too. So it helps, really, it helps. Another column is best practice. What does it mean? There our readers, friends, give their own stories, personal stories of how they participated in different educational, cultural, some volunteer programs all over the world, and in the form of interviewers, they speak to the readers of our website from the first half, and so they talk about their personal experience or their personal stories of how they went abroad thanks to the information which was on our website, and talk about everything. So I mean how to find a bus in this very town, or how to find friends, or how to find some place to eat a good one, some social peculiarities of the place, some, political maybe. So everything which can be useful for people who travel abroad with no experience and no information. I think that these two columns, advice and especially best practice, are very useful, and they have they give an example for the youngsters who haven't traveled maybe much and who haven't got some idea if to take part or not to take part, or about some fear. So they see the examples, the real examples of people who have done it, so they see that it's real. I think that it encourages really. What is more, there are some kind of so it's content and some bonus on the website. We also do have free consultation on education. What does it mean? It means that people who are experienced in this sphere, who can search on information professionally, who have some contacts in the sphere of education, they do consult those who have no experience, have no information, but do have some questions on this on this problem, and with the help of contact and with the help of social networks, we can give some advice. We just try to give some information, more precise information on the topics that are interesting for some youngsters. We also, the website is not only virtual, you know, we know each other, our team, and we do gather sometimes, though of course it's not our job, and it's as it's a volunteer project, everyone has some main job, and everybody has few time, but still we try not only to see each other, but also to create some various educational events. What I mean, these are some contests. It can be, for example, some virtual, I don't know, information, some virtual contest on the website, and then we have some background, and then we see the winners and have give some, I don't know, give some presents, because some sponsors they don't give money. They, for example, some editors have books about Belarus or something interesting. They say, "Oh, guys, you have a good project. Could we help you with some books or something they do have and we don't?" So it happens so. And so these are also some meetings, seminars on critical and creative thinking. We also have trainings on job search and writing a CV, etc. So, and these events were held also by volunteers who are experienced in these spheres, and they try to help others to get information about this. And also every year we do send our most active youth to Eurocamp, which takes place in Germany usually. We have done it for 6 times already, so it's like a small motivation, because the organizers encourage such projects to send their best people to some educational events too. I think I'll finish. So this is our team. I'm not in this picture because it's not an old one, but maybe 2 or 3 years, and I've joined just a year and a half to this website. So what do I want to add? A little information. I wanted to underline that this website, Volunteer One, is created by people, by Belarusians who promote the Belarusian language too. And there is a problem with it. If you know, if you don't, you can Google it. I won't spread about it much. But still, we are eager to promote scholars and participants in various programs, and readers and friends. Everybody who has some idea is encouraged to promote it with the help of our website. And to sum everything up, I would say that we also have some feedback. It is usually so that many people, I have such examples personally, me and other volunteers say that almost every week we have some mails or some messages or some contact in which people say, "Oh, thank you, you know, I've traveled and I've gotten the education thanks to you." And for example, lately one girl wrote to us that the website really changed her life. No pathos, but it's a fact. 5 years ago, by chance, she visited our web page and saw information on some program, applied, and was lucky to win a scholarship in Britain. Soon, thanks our internet resource, she has her 4th scholarship, and soon will become a PhD. This is only one example, so I think it is great. And so, all in all, we do such kind of work, which is usually done by special departments at universities and ministries of education themselves. But still, we have this role in Belarus. And we really do hope that all those people who changed their life abroad thanks to our website, and who have some precious knowledge abroad, who have some experience, who have gained everything they wanted, they will come back and make Belarus a better place. So that's it. Thank you for your attention.